that I don't care is because everybody has an opinion, number one. Number two, I get paid for mine. Number three, and most importantly, it's my opinion based on the facts as presented. I'm not getting personal. I'm not deriding or denigrating anybody. I'm just calling it like I see it when asked or when it's part of my job.
Who did you have winning?
I personally thought Manny pulled it out, and I feel like he deserved a win.
From fighters and their trajectory and their potential earning power. So I'm always like, the judges need to get it right. And
Stephen A. Smith said that, in his opinion, Manny Pacquiao clearly did enough to defeat Mario Barrios. He criticized the judges, calling the decision a robbery. While acknowledging that everyone is entitled to their own opinion, he insisted that this result simply did not make sense because Pacquiao outperformed Barrios. Bobby Pacquiao shared the same view, saying he was shocked by the outcome, and questioned what the judges saw that led them to score the fight a draw. He believed Manny had done more than enough to win but admitted that, despite feeling the decision was unfair, they had no choice but to accept it.
Why do you think the judges saw it the other way for the draw?
I'm long time. I'm a fighter also. I'm a fighter. 14 years in the
Sniper.
ring, for 14 years in the ring. But I know the score. You know the score. So many judges, but I'm surprised that the decision is like that. I'm surprised. But anyway, the judges and the decision is now. Let's accept. I really accept that decision.
Do you want to see your brother keep fighting?
Right now, just focus with.
In a post-fight interview, rising star Kermo Moton shared his thoughts on the controversial outcome of the Manny Pacquiao vs. Mario Barrios fight. Moton confidently stated that he believed Manny had won the fight, although he acknowledged that the judges ruled it a draw. His comments reflected the growing divide between public opinion and the official scorecards. He also suggested that a rematch might not happen, adding even more disappointment to an already frustrating situation. Considering Manny's age and Barrios' status as the reigning champion, the result not only shocked boxing fans but also potentially closed the door on what could have been one of the sport's greatest comeback stories.
Van's here with Kamel Moton. Kamel, we've just seen a draw between Pacquiao and Barrios tonight. What do you think?
It was a great fight, and Pacquiao put on a hell of a performance, and much respect to Barrios as well. It takes two to tango, so it's just an overall great fight.
Who did you have winning?
I personally thought Manny pulled it out, and I feel like he deserved a win. But it's boxing, and I'm not mad at a draw either.
Do you want to see a rematch, or do you think they should both fight other people?
I don't think I want to see a rematch. Manny did. It was a great fight. I think we should just leave it at that. I would like to see Pacquiao and Mayweather too. That's really the fight I want to see. And
Kamel on the undercard.
Definitely, absolutely. That would be a huge card.
What do you think of Barrios in there tonight?
I don't know. I think Pacquiao's style was kind of throwing him off. I've heard a lot of very skilled fighters.
Expectations were always going to be difficult to manage for a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao. Many people forget how age affects a fighter's speed, reflexes, and power. Despite being well past his prime, Manny delivered a remarkably impressive performance.
Last night was not a great fighter in his prime. He was a great fighter who was just a good fighter who was still a better fighter than the world champion at the time. He was so great in his prime that when he came down levels to being good, he's still better than the good ones. He's still the goodest. That's what you saw, and the fact that when he was fighting in his era, his rivals were also watching that car go by every 3 or 4 months, 2 times a year at 200 miles an hour and catching more glimpses of it. But these young fighters, they ain't been watching that, bro. Even if they're watching it, they're not living it. They're not studying it. They're worried about their contemporaries and rivals. So for him, this was like, what is going on? The amount of adjustments that he needed to make, the southpaw, the in and out, the awkward angles, the underneath right jab, like all of this shit is like, wait a minute, what is going on here? And that was a lesson for a young fighter that really he had a privilege to learn. He got a gift last night. Barrios will be better from this fight forward than he would ever have been without it. Let me tell you that. This is what happens when you have a phenomenal, unique, absolute anomaly in the sport. That's what Pacquiao is. That's what he proved last night. I'm always the guy who decries when someone is robbed and when the fighter who should have his hand raised doesn't get it raised, and it's a crime to me to steal these from fighters and their trajectory and their potential earning power. So I'm always like, the judges need to get it right.
His ring IQ, footwork, and determination carried him through every round, showing flashes of the legendary fighter who once dominated multiple weight divisions. Fans and analysts praised his ability to control key moments of the fight, even against a much younger opponent. Although no one expected to see the prime version of Pacquiao, he delivered more than enough to earn respect. The online boxing community erupted in outrage after the decision, and one of the loudest reactions came from BKS Secret Sports on X. His post quickly went viral as he claimed that Manny Pacquiao had been robbed and had clearly outboxed Mario Barrios. Fans immediately supported his opinion, expressing similar frustration over what they believed was an unfair result. One fan wrote, "Pacquiao just got robbed. Wow, he completely dominated Barrios. Barrios had almost no impact on the fight. Pacquiao landed better combinations, entertained the crowd more, and was clearly the better fighter tonight. This was completely rigged. Manny outboxed Barrios. Are we seriously calling this a draw?" Despite the ongoing debate about power punches and punch statistics, one opinion was repeated by many fans: Manny appeared to do more throughout the fight. Although some critics argued that he did not push for a knockout or apply more pressure in the later rounds, his performance was anything but passive. He moved better, landed cleaner and more effective combinations, and controlled the pace for most of the contest. Many fans were left wondering why Barrios received equal credit on the scorecards. Even if Manny was not fighting at his absolute peak because of his age or tactical approach, he still appeared to outperform Barrios round after round.
114.
I thought Manny won.
Fight. I think Manny did a good job towards the end. Last round I gave it to Barrios, but the last five rounds,
yeah,
the 12,
I had the same way.
It was Manny Pacquiao. I thought Barrios was gonna take it, but I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Well,
great job by Manny Pacquiao with 46 years old.
46. Yeah, I mean, and you know boxing, so people can't say that you're biased or you're just straight.
I think he did great. I think
he
his
won.
age,
Regardless,
it's not the Manny that we used to know, but thank God he didn't lose.
No, he didn't lose. It was close to Jeff Horn. He didn't lose. Bradley won. He didn't lose.
Another angry fan did not hold back while reacting to the official scorecards. His frustration reflected the feelings of thousands of viewers around the world who believed the decision was completely unjustified. He posted on social media saying, "The judges in Las Vegas must be on drugs. Maybe they were paid under the table. Manny Pacquiao dominated Mario Barrios. He won 11 of the 12 rounds, if not every single round. What an absolute disgrace." Looking at the fight round by round, many analysts agreed that Manny clearly won at least 6 rounds. He consistently landed clean punches with his trademark speed and put together exciting combinations that energized the crowd. Even Barrios admitted after the fight that Pacquiao remained an incredible fighter with surprising punching power. What frustrated fans the most was how close the official scorecards were. If Manny had been awarded just one more round, he would have left the ring as the winner.
Face. And then all of a sudden, Manny just starts cooking. He's just like, and Freddie said it, like he has this good 6th round, and Freddie was just like, you get him with a 5-punch combination, I think you can get him out of here. Now, I don't know if he was ever at that point. I can't say that Barrios was ever really in danger, but I think Freddie was right. Like, I just think that if Manny showed the threat, I just think it froze Barrios for all these rounds. And so he had a run of like 4 straight. And at my point, he's up on the scorecards, 87-84, which meant only in my mind. And I was pretty in line with the TV broadcast. I think that we had a little bit of a swing on 8. I think 8 was a little closer, or 9 was a little closer, excuse me. But all he needed was one more round. And mind you, I bet on him, but I was like, Barrios comes out in the 10th. His trainer's like, hey man, you can't respect this guy. And it's tough because Manny pulls these tricks like where he's trying to delay coming out of the ring because his tape's messed up, or he's like messing with the guy saying, hey, you're hitting me low, and even the ref would be like, Manny, I'll determine if he's hitting low. But he's so charming. You just look at him and you're like, I think about him. But Barrios comes out in that 10th, has some really good body work, and you're like, all right, I think he took that one. So then it's 96-94. Get to the next round, Barrios, he has some that was the closest that you could have probably leaned Pacquiao, in my mind. But Barrios had some flurries. It just looked like he was getting better up. And it kind of looked like Manny was starting to wear down a little bit. It just looked like he didn't have, because I think it's just at 46. I just don't think he has those combinations in the same way. Super entertaining. Had the time of my life watching him because he didn't embarrass himself. And I know a lot of people, I think the vast majority of people think that he won. I think the reaction to everybody was like, Barrios, you couldn't mess with a 46-year-old like Manny. They always say like, oh, you got to beat the champ. It's a stupid thing. I hate that, but people believe in that. Oh, you got to take the belt. I think a lot of people thought of like, you got to annihilate a 46-year-old or the 46-year-old should.
Before stepping back into the ring, Manny Pacquiao faced significant concern from both fans and boxing experts. Many warned him about the risks of competing at such an advanced age, especially against a younger and more active opponent. However, Pacquiao proved his critics wrong. He not only went the full distance but also looked sharp, focused, and competitive throughout the fight. His footwork remained impressive, his conditioning exceeded expectations, and his timing was as effective as ever. Instead of becoming a disappointing farewell performance, the fight turned into a powerful reminder of Manny's greatness, proving that he still deserves to be mentioned among boxing's elite active competitors.
I'm going to try and articulate what I've just seen to you, but it's really, really hard because when something defies logic and something defies what you were expecting, going into this fight, I was more worried about Manny Pacquiao's health rather than whether or not I thought he could win this fight. So to watch it and watch something quite incredible, I'm really going to struggle through this video. I've got a couple of interesting things to say. I've got a few insights to give to you. But the number one thing people that are clicking on this video who haven't seen the fight will probably be thinking is, was this legitimately a draw? And I'm going to try and answer that question for you in this video. Hello everyone and welcome back to A Guy Called Henry. This is my instant reaction to Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. So please smash a like on this video, subscribe to A Guy Called Henry if you're new, and get your comment in the comment section below. Do you think that Pacquiao won this fight? And what do you think he should do next? Guys, I cannot believe what I've just seen. I'm absolutely blown away. I'm so impressed. Manny Pacquiao at 46 years old had come back in the ring, and he would have broken the record as the oldest champion of all time, I believe. He would have broken his own record at the very least as the oldest welterweight champion of all time. And coming into this, I suspected that he had absolutely no chance. I thought after the Ruki Ampo fight that I saw, after the fact that he lost 4 years ago, I think it was, to Dennis Ugas, who Barrios had beaten, I don't think there was any chance of him winning this fight. But sometimes there's people out there that just defy everything you think and know. And I thought this fight was a gimmick. I thought this fight was a joke. And I can understand why people will question the credibility, the legitimacy of this result, because it is that mind-blowing. But go and watch this fight for yourself. See it with your own eyes. Manny Pacquiao was very good in there. He was very good in there. Is he the prime Pacquiao of old? No, because prime Pacquiao of old would have absolutely destroyed Barrios tonight. But Manny Pacquiao legitimately did well in that fight. Do I agree with the scorecard? I'm going to let you know what my scorecard was at the end of this video, but just talking in terms of what was happening in there. It was an interesting fight where Barrios was trying to use straight punches to keep Manny at bay, and he tried to counterpunch Manny. Manny would do his classic lunging in that he'd always do, and as he'd land those shots or hit the guard, Barrios looked to counter him immediately with straight shots. He'd also throw hooks to the body of Manny and straights to the body of Manny. Manny used a few veteran tactics in there to try and navigate those difficult rounds. He'd say, oh, it's a bit low.